Yeah, good evening, Sophia. We do have that tornado watch that has actually been extended until 9 o'clock this evening for Charleston County, Colleton County, Dorchester County, Berkeley County, and Williamsburg County. And that's because we have a line of thunderstorms moving through the area, and conditions are right that we could see an isolated spin up as we head through the rest of the evening hours. So we're going to be watching this line very carefully as it continues to push up to the northeast. You're taking a look at the live radar right now where we have that line of thunderstorms moving through Berkeley County, Dorchester County, Colleton County, and just starting to make it into lower Charleston County. I want to give you a closer look at some of the areas where we're seeing some of these thunderstorms move through. So as you look just to the west of Lake Moultrie out towards the Cross area, you're still on the drier side, but looking back towards St. George, a round of heavy rain and some thunderstorms has just moved through your area, headed towards the Somerville area. We also have a round of thunderstorms that has now moved through Walterboro, headed up 17A through the Cottageville area, and we have a couple of thunderstorms down around the Edisto Beach area. A little bit of lightning showing up on the radar as you travel between Cottageville and down towards the Ravenel area there in lower Charleston County as well. And as you look up to the north, it's a little bit on the drier side. So you see Georgetown County, upper Charleston County, a good chunk of Berkeley County actually on the drier side right now as this whole line continues to push off to the east. You see that the tornado warning or tornado watch still in effect until 9 o'clock this evening. Right now, no warnings in effect. So that is the good news there. The biggest threats, as those thunderstorms move through the area, are likely going to be some gusty winds as well as some heavy rain and frequent cloud to ground lightning. So Sophia, as these storms continue to push up to the northeast, these are the type of storms where you want to make sure that you're inside and staying out of the line of fire, even if we don't necessarily see some of these severe thunderstorms.
Absolutely important to stay weather aware tonight. Those strong wind gusts are being felt around most of the Lowcountry, like you just said, some of the worst of it being felt in Dorchester County. Let's turn to News 2's Natalie Price, who's on the ground in Harleyville. Natalie, how are the conditions out there? We are in a weather alert today, and we are seeing those strong gusty winds. News 2's Natalie Price gave us an image of that in the field just moments ago. So, Chrissy, what can we expect as we go into the night?
Sure. So the line is really just now arriving in the Tri-Counties area. The good news is we haven't seen a history of tornadoes with this part of the line coming through the Lowcountry. So that gives me a little more confidence that we're not going to see much in the way of major activity this evening. However, we're not completely out of the woods yet. There is still that watch going till 9 o'clock this evening. And I think our biggest threats, though, honestly, is the potential for some more gusty winds. That's going to be an issue for us going forward through the rest of the evening. Let's take a look at what's going on with the satellite radar picture here. This is all due to a cold front moving through the area, and we do have some cooler air on the back side of this that we're going to see in the forecast for tomorrow. But let's talk about what's going on right now. So we do have that tornado watch that now has been extended for Williamsburg, Colleton, Berkeley, Dorchester, and Charleston County. That goes through 9 o'clock this evening, and that's because conditions are right. They are favorable for a tornado to develop. But like I said, the history of this line is just that we've seen the tornadic activity a little bit further to the north and not with this southern portion of the line. So that is good news for us. Now, that's not to say that we couldn't still see something spin up briefly as we head through the next couple of hours. What we are seeing, though, is this heavy rain and a lot of lightning as this continues to move up through the Tri-Counties area, headed up northeast up the coastline. So as we put a track on this, it's moving at about 55 miles an hour. It is bringing frequent cloud to ground lightning, heavy rain, as well as some gusty winds, about 45 to 55 miles per hour, and it continues to track up the coastline. So by 6:55, we're looking at St. Stephen, that knocking on your doorstep, into Somerville, moving in here in about the next 10 minutes or so, and even moving into Mount Pleasant in about the next 20 minutes. So taking a closer look into Williamsburg County, we have a couple of scattered showers, some pockets of heavier rain moving through that area. That nicely formed line moving through Berkeley County, headed towards Lake Moultrie. Moncks Corner, you're starting to see some of that light rain, but the bulk of the heavy rain here is right along I-26 as you travel between Harleyville and down towards Somerville. Looking down into Colleton County, your heaviest part of the rain has already moved through the area. You still have some moderately heavy rain moving through, but a lot of the lightning has moved out of your area up 17A towards Cottageville and into the Somerville area. And then looking into lower Charleston County, just now starting to see some of that rain arrive in the metro area. We have a nice line of showers and thunderstorms moving through Hollywood down towards Seabrook Island, Kiowa Island, and Edisto Beach. Still a couple of lightning strikes around your area. Some pockets of heavier rain moving up your way. Another round moving up up that way. And then that's going to all move into the metro area and then up the Charleston County coastline through Berkeley County into Georgetown and Williamsburg County by 9 o'clock. See some of those pockets of heavy rain moving up through McClellanville, Onda, up towards Jamestown as we look towards 9 o'clock, and still some rain behind that system with even some isolated stronger pockets of rain, even some heavy lightning associated with that as we look into the later evening hours. By the time you get to midnight, it starts to clear the coastline, and that's when we're going to start to see some of those things dry out. Now, as far as the threats go, I'm going to still keep a high risk for lightning as well as those pockets of heavy rain. Wind damage, I'm still keeping it moderate. We're looking at winds upwards of 45 to 55 miles per hour. Large hail is a little bit on the lower side, and I'm keeping that tornado threat elevated just because we do still have that watch in effect through 9 o'clock. Then tonight, our temperatures down into the 40s, a lot different tomorrow morning than it was this morning. Afternoon highs for tomorrow are only going to be in the 60s, but the good news is we rebound very quickly because we're back to those highs in the 80s as we look towards next weekend. So the 3-degree guarantee for tomorrow, we're looking at a high of 65 degrees